me tell you something. This movie, start to end, awesome.
Bing bong.
I have not seen any of the other Transformers movies besides the first one. That's the only one I saw. That's the one where Stanley Yelnats was still the main character. Is Stanley Yelnats dead? Is he alive? I have no idea. I skipped all the Mark Wahlberg ones, didn't see any of those. I have no idea if they were good or what they were about or what was going on or anything with the story. But when I heard the Beast Wars were gonna be in a Transformers movie, say no more, say no more, count me in, because the Beast Wars is awesome. They had a show when I was a kid that was on TV. It kicked ass. That show ruled. It was so cool. I had the little like white tiger toy. I should probably buy it again because that toy was awesome. I have always heard that when you go to see a Transformers movie, you kind of have to shut your brain off. I don't always like hearing that because I sort of feel like sometimes that sort of takes away from the cinematic experience, the genius storytelling that we get in a lot of different filmmaking these days. But that's what I did when I went to this movie. I sat down, I said, you know what? It's not all gonna make sense. As a fan of logic in movies, this is not gonna have all the logic that I might require. It's not gonna have all the logic that you might require when you're watching a movie. There might be a couple of things that happen where you're like, hey, that didn't make any sense. That was kind of dumb, but you know what? It makes up for it because the action kicks ass. If you're watching this movie and you know who the Transformers are, you watched the show when you were a kid, or you played the video games when you were a kid, or an adult, because that's fine too, you are going to be pumped. You are going to be amped. You're going to be checking your pulse to make sure you are still with them because there is so much happening in this film in the best possible way. Now, I will say, occasionally, there is so much happening on screen that the story does sort of take a back seat. But look, I get it now. I get why people were saying, turn your brain off. Transformers is not really there to serve as some giant metaphor for humanity and how the world should be and all this other stuff. You could look into it deeper if you really want the Transformers movies to be the ones that you decide to pick apart to see how it all makes sense in the real world and what are they really saying and what did this really mean? No. That's not why I saw the movie. I saw the movie to see giant robots beat each other up. And that's what I got for 2 hours. And I appreciate that while this movie was introducing two brand new protagonists, they didn't waste time on silly things like who these people were or that much about their backgrounds, because guess what? I don't care. I just want to see the robots start punching each other. And they start punching each other real quick in this movie, and it's awesome. And the CGI deserves a huge shout out because I have seen a lot of very bad CGI. I've been going to too many Marvel movies. I know part of it's my own fault. Don't get me wrong. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, CGI looked really good. In this movie, though, this is how you do CGI. This is how you do it because you know the whole movie is going to be CGI. And it looks fantastic. Even little details like the giant robots leaving footprints when they walk. I was looking for that stuff because to me, that's the sort of thing where somebody who's a little bit lazy when it comes to special effects might just completely skim over, like nobody's going to catch that. But to me, it adds to the immersion, and seeing the robots interact with the world in a way that they should, I really appreciate that. And it's wild because for so long, I was told that the Transformers movies were not good. I remember the first one from like 2007, I think, and I remember liking it. I don't really know if it's like, if I would like it now, if I went back and watched it again. I've heard all the other ones are way too long, don't really make any sense. Even though one of them did have robot dinosaurs, which I think sounds pretty boss. I can't imagine how you could screw up that. But let me tell you, I didn't see Bumblebee, and a friend of mine told me to see Bumblebee. And now, I sort of wish I had, because I heard it was good. And this one was also good. And let me tell you, I am here for the Transformers Cinematic Universe revival. It's been a long time since the Transformers movies were good, and now seems like they've gone 2 for 2 on the reboot prequel-ish type of thing that they're doing here. And Anthony Ramos maybe doesn't make the best real-life decisions, but in this movie, he was great. Dominic Fishback is an incredible actor. I cannot wait to see her in more stuff. Made me so happy to see her in this movie because she kicked ass, and all the robots kicked so much ass. Special shout out to Optimus Primal. A fantastic name. What's better than having two characters with basically the exact same name? But let me tell you, this guy, all he does is bust heads in this movie. He is kicking ass left and right. I loved it. Optimus Prime. I could listen to the Optimus Prime voice forever. Like, to do anything. Like, why isn't that the default Siri voice? Like, the automated voice on everything should just be Optimus Prime's voice. Like, you're taking the subway and he's telling you the next stop. Like, that's what I need, because that voice is so good. So overall, I thought this movie was awesome. It just made me really happy. It is purely a summer blockbuster, but in all of the best possible ways. And if you're a Transformers fan, you're someone who watched the show as a kid, or you've been keeping up with all the movies, you gotta go see this. If you're looking for just another big summer blockbuster to really get you hyped for all these other movies, first go see Spider-Verse, because that movie was also good, and then go see this one, because it's totally worth it from start to finish. It is a blast, and I'm ready for Transformers 3.